on the beat.
What's good, everyone? It's your boy Nati with another video for the channel. Welcome back to DMVSportsZone. Redskins, Washington football team, doesn't really matter. We always seem to lose. I've been holding my tongue long enough, but it's time, guys. Dwayne Haskins, he just might not be it. Might not be the quarterback for us here in Washington. He had an atrocious game, in my opinion. He started off okay, right? He had the touchdown to Dontrell Inman, and you know he was playing well, and Scott Turner has to get a lot of credit for that because he did install a lot more no huddle, a lot more quick game, quick throws and stuff, which helped Dwayne a lot, which is how he excelled in college. But that wasn't even enough to save his performance in the game. It was just really bad, guys. It's really bad. He had, I think, 4 turnovers, 3 interceptions, and a fumble. That's just not going to cut it. And you also have to remember, this was against the Browns defense that, while improved from previous years, it's still pretty middle of the pack, if not top 20-ish, right? So he should have done more work against this defense. But instead, he came out with 200 yards, a little bit over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a fumble. A late game fumble that hurt us tremendously because I believe we were on the 50-yard line and we were driving, and it was an 11-point game. And while it wasn't like super close, if we scored a touchdown there, maybe we could have scored more points afterwards. But yeah. And then next week we're playing against Baltimore, which is, as we know in the DMV, it's gonna be a crazy test for the Washington football team, and we needed this win and we didn't get it. Terry McLaurin had a good game as usual. Didn't score a touchdown because Dwayne Haskins missed him in the end zone for a wide open one earlier in the game. Although Haskins did recover and throw to Dontrell Inman right after, I believe. Terry McLaurin is Terry McLaurin. I just wish this guy had a competent quarterback throwing him the ball. This guy would go off like every single game. He's that good. He really is. The rest of the receiving core, Dontrell Inman had 2 touchdowns. That's good. You know, he did step up more so than in the last 2 games for sure. And he did go out with an injury, which sucks, but hopefully he's back soon. I don't really know, man. Chase Young and Matt Ioannidis both went out with injuries as the second quarter turned, and those are 2 big losses. Those are arguably our 2 best defensive linemen, even with Chase Young only being a rookie. So that was a big loss. I think our defensive line even did pretty well after those injuries, honestly, until Dwayne Haskins kept throwing the ball into the other defensive backs' hands and just throwing the ball to the other team pretty much. And that really hurt our defense because they were on the field way too much and they gave up touchdown after touchdown. I believe on all 3 of Dwayne Haskins' interceptions, the Browns scored touchdowns on all of them. So that tells you all you need to know. Isaiah Wright actually got into the game, and I thought he was actually pretty good. He had a pretty good game for, I believe this was his first game being called up. So I'm looking forward to big things out of him in the future. Steven Sims did get benched for a good part of the first half, but he did get some playing time towards the second half, and he didn't really have a great game, didn't really do too much, but he was there, I guess. He didn't fumble the ball, which is great, right? Great improvement from Steven Sims. Logan Thomas made a couple nice diving catches, which shouldn't have been diving catches if Dwayne Haskins, was more accurate with the balls, but they were great, and he did have a couple drops as well, as Logan Thomas typically does, so that's sad. But I don't know, guys. I try to be objective with everything I do on this channel, guys, and except for the reactions right after the games, because that's like when I can really bring out my fandom. But today just wasn't it. It really wasn't. I know the final score was like 34-20, and that's not like a complete blowout, but it felt like a blowout. It really did. I did predict going into the week that the Browns would win, albeit with a smaller margin. And I know like a lot of my family members, all close friends, said like, "Why would you predict the Browns? Like you're a Washington football fan. Like why would you do that?" Guys, I have to be honest. They're called an objective preview, right? So I just gotta give my objective take. And man, playing the Ravens next week too. Yeah. yeah, Ron Rivera and the coaching staff definitely has their work cut out for them. But that's it for this video, guys. It's a downer, of course. Like, we just came off a very, very, very disappointing loss. 2 disappointing losses in a row. That's it, y'all. Peace.